Hi, my name is Ken Lasselson. I wrote the Microbiome Prescription website, and today I want to look at a new. Now, you will notice there are two things here. Other labs announcing as uploads. 16S uploads is what most people make use of. However, the other labs analysis is sometimes used because you're a medical professional prefers a particular lab, whatever, so you have those results. Rather than saying, sorry, you have to go over to 16S, I'm trying to give you as much information as I can extract from that data. So if you go look at this list, you can see all the different labs which I have supported, and all of them are transcription labs. That is, you get your report and you mark over on the labs. Like, for example, let's go to GI map. You go in and then you make a judgment call as looking at the visual presentation, whether or not the values are low, just on the edge of the normal range, very low, a good distance away, or off the scale. Same thing for high. So basically you make an entry of that. I'll go on and do it. The popularity of tests is just being added. And what this does is provides you with information as to how it can be helpful if you're trying to figure out which test to use. And it's clear that GI matter followed by Genova GI effects, etc. The all bacteria and all taxonomy from tests are fallbacks if none of your tests are there and you have tests from a third party there. Again, some labs is only 2 or 3. Takes a day for me to get everything entered to do a test. Hence, I appreciate people using all taxonomies or all bacteria. It just makes life easier for me to make use of them. However, but if it's a popular test, then I'll do it. So for example, let's take a look at A6. If I click here, it will result, and you see things are in percentage. 85% are reported normal, 97% are normal, so only a small number are reported abnormal, and all the ones are reported are high, etc. Now, one of the things, whether or not the test results are biased. Does this test always report something as being too high or too low or as abnormal? And let's take a look at it. Oh joy, look at this. We have 37% of the lab test shows that it is abnormal, with a whopping 40% being low, very small percentage being high. Actually, right, that's 40, that's almost 60% being low. Now, I start wondering whether or not their lab numbers or ranges are correct when I see the normal range being that far away. 70, 80, 90, especially 90 and higher. That is a good percentage to have normal. When you see the numbers down at this percentage, then you have a few issues. Bifidobacterium is 44%. So that gives you percentage. Let's stop for a moment, and because I give you more information to make a judgment call. Again, we have Bifidobacterium being what? 32, 42, 49, 50% of people with Bifidobacterium are low. Okay, well, let's take a look at what I click that and goes over to Bifidobacterium. If you scroll down, 6 here. And 16S test. So they're saying 50%. That is everybody with this value and below are abnormally low, and then a small percentage is high. Now, if I go down and change it to here, so you see the percentage. So basically, they're saying if you are below 0.5 percentage Bifidobacterium, you are abnormally low, and then everybody else is high. And here, well, if you're high, they have a small percentage, and the high values look reasonable. This low value of 50% being deemed to be abnormally low, personally, for me, it's suspect. I just don't see that as a viable explanation for reporting it. In other words, it almost sounds like it was an ideological setting of a limit or an arbitrary limit, saying, oh, no, this is the number it should be. Forget the actual data from the samples of the population I have. In other words, their ranges may not have been statistically done based on a standard population. They may have been based on ideological ground. That's a problem with any data source that doesn't provide enough open data. My website actually does for all the 16S tests simply because I have a wide loaded, and we can infer from those samples that's probably reasonably close to what we'll be seeing on a normal population. Okay, so let's take it from the top. One last in, you select your lab. I'm going to go over to, GIMAP, and we're there. Lactobacillus. What? One lab says that 50% of the people are. This lab says we have 9%. Excuse me. We have a problem accurate. Again, you can make your own judgment call by going over and looking at the samples from 16S samples. Probably representative of the likely percentages, and in this case, GIMAP, I will trust. The A6 test, the numbers as a statistician just stinks of how it happened that the correct process was done for setting those limits. The limits could have been set on ideological grounds. Okay, so that's it. Again, my purpose is to make data available with information from library, from studies, etc. All the information is trace backable to the source of information. In some cases, it's raw data. Other cases, it is studies. In terms of home, and you find here, and you find more there. And you can go and just go to it. Available, and the data from 16S test is publicly available, anonymized for people who want to replicate data or do their own investigation. I like keeping it open data. Open data and open source are models. It's your data. You're entitled to it. You're entitled to a bit more information too. And I tend to be open. It works to everybody's advantage.